To practice the cerebellar functional connections, we will use blind maps. This video demonstrates the cerebellar blind map. This is the coronal section through the brain where the brainstem is also visible. This is a stylized picture, obviously, but it includes all the structures which are relevant to the cerebellar connections. So the first start here, this area would represent the medulla. You notice the rhomboid fossa. So this would be the open medulla and the pons. These structures on the lateral side represent the cerebellum. And up here we can see the midbrain, and within that, giving us the clue, is the red nucleus. Further rostrally, the thalami are also visible. Now let's look at the small gray matter structures here, which are represented. In the cerebellum, you see 3 sets of nuclei. The closest to the fourth ventricle, found the fastigial. The furthest away from the fourth ventricle is the dentate nucleus. And between the two of them is the interposed nuclei. They are really containing 2 nuclei, the globose and emboliform. Let's look at the brainstem and see what nuclei are there represented. Starting with the midbrain, the 2 nuclei in the midline would be the 2 motor nuclei, cranial nerve 3 and cranial nerve 4 nuclei. In the same line with them, so medially, but in the pons, is cranial nerve nuclei 6. While we are at the pons, we also find in the pontomedullary angle, laterally, so it must be a sensory nucleus, these are the vestibular nuclei. And also in the pons we have these scattered nuclei, which are the pontine nuclei. In the pons and the medulla, we have scattered nuclei, other scattered nuclei, but they are more in the tegmentum and going lengthwise. These are representing the reticular formation, so the reticular nuclei, and we don't go into details, specifics in that. And finally, we are down in the medulla, and this is where the inferior olivary nucleus